Oh, get fucked. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sir He's Always Open, and I am back. This time with a new guide. A guide on how to obtain all of the legendary animals in Red Dead Online, as I have recently. Yesterday, I was finally able to find every single legendary animal and get all of the garment sets, which, as you can see, I am currently showcasing in this clip. It took a lot of grinding and switching lobbies over and over again to find these animals, but along the way I learned a few tips that I think are going to be incredibly useful for all of you players out there who are still searching for these elusive legendary animals. Over time, I figured out more and more information regarding these legendary animals, and it's took me a while to make this video because I wanted to make sure that I had enough valid tips and information for me not to be redundant and just repeat things I've said in other videos. Now, legendary animal hunting is extremely difficult. It can be very hit or miss. And the first tip I want to start with is regarding spawn locations and times. Weather effects and patterns and time are bullshit. As far as I'm concerned, going to a place where a legendary animal spawns at the time it's supposed to spawn gives you a small, if any, increase to the spawn rate. Instead, what's really important is the species of said legendary animal. Because if you found another legendary animal of the same species, for example, say I'm looking for the Mazda Cougar and I found the Iguga Cougar earlier that day, give up your hunt for that Mazda Cougar, because chances are you will not be able to find that thing for a few days. That is the first tip I wanted to share, because it is going to save you so much time looking for legendary animals. If you find a legendary animal of a certain type, do not waste your time looking for the other type of that legendary animal in free roam. You are not going to find it. You are much better off splitting up your hunts into different animals and just picking your days to go after a certain few, rather than looking for two of the same type and wasting a shit ton of time. But now I know a lot of you are going to say to me, I can't even get the fucking things to spawn in. Well, worry not. This tip right here will be a lifesaver for you. As you can see right now, I just went into my online menu and I switched sessions using the camp option. You're probably wondering why I did that. Well, when you switch lobbies using the camp option, for some reason, if you set up your camp in the area where the legendary animal is supposed to spawn, I swear you get a much higher rate of legendary animals spawning. That's how I found this Mazda Cougar. I had my friend Keypoint set up his camp in Gaptooth Ridge, and upon first lobby switch, he found it. Keep in mind, the Mazda Cougar has been in the game since day one, and I just found this thing yesterday. That's how big of a pain in the ass hunting some of these legendary animals can be. But with this tip, I can assure you that you will find more legendary animals than you have been before. And I highly recommend striking while the iron is hot and looking for some of them now, because recently I've had a lot less trouble finding legendary animals than I normally have, especially when this update first dropped. It seems like Rockstar has finally patched most of the bugs concerning legendary animals, and that has led to them actually spawning in free roam sessions. And on PlayStation, if you play on that, you're probably still experiencing low player lobbies, which gets you an even higher chance of finding legendary animals in your session. But now that I've told you guys how to spot the legendary animals, I think it's about time I tell you guys how to hunt and kill these legendary animals. So the first tip for hunting them is that buying legendary animal pheromones is a complete waste of money and is useless. There is no reason to buy them. It is a waste of $20. You are going to get notified when a legendary animal is nearby anyway. And as long as you keep your eyes peeled, it won't be hard to find where they are. And when I say keep your eyes peeled, I mean seriously, keep your eyes peeled. because that notification does not always pop up. It's important that you use Eagle Eye to check for trails and obviously check your surroundings to see if it's spawned in regardless of the notification being there. Because there have been times, like for example when I found the Iguga Cougar, where I actually saw the animal before I actually saw a question mark or anything. I just straight up found it. As you can see in this clip, I'm killing another player. You're probably wondering why I'm killing another player in a legendary animal hunting guide video, but that leads on to my next point: stealing from other players. If it is a big animal pelt, you can steal it off of somebody else's horse. Sure, this won't win you any new friends, but it will win you a nice new jacket, so I think that's pretty fair. Basically, if you're hunting legendary animals, especially using the Gene Ropke map, which I highly recommend, and I will put a link to in my description because it shows all of the legendary animal spawn locations, and you see a red dot or blue dot next to you, look for them, pursue them, see if they have the pelt on the back of their horse, because 9 times out of 10 people aren't just fucking around in the wilderness for no reason. They're looking for the legendary animal too, and this game is a Wild West simulator. Anything goes. So if you see someone with a legendary animal pelt that you don't have on the back of their horse, I highly recommend taking them out and stealing it for yourself, because that's how this game was designed to be played. You have to keep your eyes peeled for other players when you're carrying such precious cargo. Otherwise, you kind of deserve to have it stolen from you anyway. Now, let's get on to killing the legendary animals. The best weapon I've found to kill legendary animals is shotguns with painted black. That's literally all you need. You can ride up to the legendary animals and spam the left stick on your horse to spam calm the horse. Spamming the left stick basically makes you pat your horse excessively over and over and over again to soothe it. This is very useful against legendary animals that will charge you, such as the Ozula elk, Maza cougar, Wakpi boar, and other animals, namely both the legendary bears, both the legendary wolves, and of course other predatory legendary animals. All of them can be shut down and silenced with the shotgun, and it is by far the easiest way to do it. And when I say use painted black, I really mean use painted black. That accuracy bonus will save you a number of headaches when hunting these legendary animals, because believe me, there is absolutely nothing more annoying than finding the legendary animal you were looking for and then watching it escape as you scream "Why?" at your TV. It's not fun, and I don't want that to happen to any of you guys, so that's why I'm giving you that tip. And really, I think those are almost all the tips you really need to find legendary animals in this game, in free roam. It's not rocket science. We know a lot more about these legendary animals than we did when they first dropped, and that's very good, because people like me are going to save people like you huge headaches, because animals like the Onyx Wolf and Maza Cougar, I had to stay up hours and switch multiple lobbies just to find the things. And nobody deserves to have to do that. Legendary animals are awesome. The jackets are pretty cool. I mean, not all of them. Some of them are really fucking ugly, like the moose ones in my opinion. But to each their own. I'm sure all of you want to enjoy these cool new jackets and fur pelts, and it would be an honor if my tips helped you secure some of those. With this guide, you should be able to do what I did and find all the legendary animals in free roam. Don't expect it to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy if that's what you're setting out to do, and it's going to require you a whole lot of funds if you want to buy all those jackets. But with the naturalist role winding down to a close, I think it's important that I put out a video like this, so that way when new content comes out, people aren't still left behind looking for these legendary animals. And to wrap up the video, I want to talk about other utilities that you can use the legendary animals for besides pelts and jackets and samples. The main one, of course, being using them to fill up your trader wagon. In my opinion, that is the most useful part of this new legendary animal update. The golden bear that they added last week, for example, contributes over half of your trader goods to your camp. That's right. 2 legendary golden bear pelts equal an entire trader bar. And even though I feel like putting out this glitch could get my channel in a little bit of trouble, I feel like I should share this info with you guys anyway, because it'll help you skip a lot of the hunting that you have to do for your trader wagons. If you guys remember that old carcass duplication glitch and pelt duplication glitch that's been out since extremely early Red Dead, I'm talking beta here, that glitch still works to this day. And the convenient thing is, all you need for this glitch is a couple horses and a friend. And a legendary animal pelt. Make sure it's a big one. I recommend, of course, the golden spirit bear, as it contributes the most goods to your camp. And also sells for the most at Gus. Basically, this is how the glitch works. You kill a legendary animal and stow the carcass on your horse. And then you make sure that your friend is standing right by your horse. You are then going to go into your player's menu and kill yourself, or hit the respawn button. Your friend then needs to pick up your body and stand by your horse, making sure that the stow button is highlighted for him. You're going to run back over to where you died, aka your horse, and make sure not to call for him, and make sure he doesn't move. I recommend letting your friend be in your posse for this glitch, as he tends not to get as startled as much by a member of your posse standing by him rather than a stranger. Then, once you're all the way over to your horse and you see your friend sitting there with your body in his hand, you are going to have him stow the body onto your horse. This next step requires very good timing on your end. Now, as he stows the body on your horse, as soon as the body seems to make contact with the legendary animal pelt, switch horses. I forgot to mention earlier that you should be looking at your stables menu before he drops the carcass onto the horse for best results. And if you do it successfully, the body will despawn and the pelt will fall on the ground. And then, once you whistle for your next horse, the legendary animal pelt will still be on your horse. Now, when you're using the golden spirit bear, all you really need is to duplicate the pelt once to fill up your wagon. And that's what I would use the glitch for myself, because if you try to sell too many pelts to Gus, I'm assuming Rockstar can probably track that and maybe ban your account. I don't know that for sure, but I recommend personally just using it to fill up your wagon. And that's all I really had to talk about. Did you like the video? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. This has been Red Dead Online's PvP King himself, Sir He's Always Open. And have a great day, everybody.